Is BlackRock cheating you out of your Bitcoin gains with paper Bitcoin? That's the rumor swirling around the industry right now, and everybody's in a scramble. Paper Bitcoin. Top expert debunks this wild BlackRock rumor, and now even Coinbase is involved. Coinbase CEO refuting the claim of Coinbase selling paper Bitcoin to BlackRock. But what is paper Bitcoin and why is it bad for the markets? Now, the price of both of these assets are the same, but you can see some differences between Bitcoin and paper Bitcoin. Mostly, paper Bitcoin doesn't have 24/7 trading, and you don't actually own it. It's not censorship resistant, nor can it not be seized. But paper Bitcoin is terrible for the price of Bitcoin because we've seen what this has done to a previous asset. That asset was silver. That's right, paper silver was used to suppress the price of silver. And so I asked Google, did paper silver suppress the price? Yes, paper silver can suppress the price of silver, and it was much larger than the physical silver market, with 250 times as much paper silver as physical silver. And so this is why you can see a lot of manipulation. Now, I asked ChatGPT to break it down into simple terms. And so when you ask ChatGPT about paper silver manipulation, they give you a great explanation. There's two ways to trade silver. One, physical silver is the actual metal, and then paper silver. This isn't the real silver you can touch. It's like a piece of paper saying that you own or are betting on silver, but you don't actually have the metal. Like we saw, this is a ratio of 250 ounces of paper silver for every 1 real ounce. Now, this is where the problem comes in. Some big companies or banks have been accused of manipulating the silver price using paper silver. This is exactly what we're worried about with Bitcoin. We don't want paper Bitcoin to manipulate the price of regular Bitcoin. And what that means is they're making bets or trades in a way that affects the price of silver without actually buying or selling the market. And how they're accused of doing it: short selling, like betting on it'll go down, and then you're accused of selling a lot of paper silver, which does cause the price to go down. Also, more paper than metal, which isn't actually ideal because there's so much more paper than actual silver. And then the past manipulation. Banks have been caught manipulating it before. Now, this is where it gets even crazier. The bank we're talking about is JP Morgan. You maybe remember them. They banked a certain person who owned an island. Now, they agreed to pay almost $1 billion in their scheme to defraud the precious metals market. Folks, it gets even worse than that. It was 2008 to 2016. This is going to be important. And then the traders and sales personnel at JP Morgan was in the tens of thousands of instances placing orders, and then they would cancel those orders before execution. So they're heavily manipulating the price. Now, when I look at the two scandals, the first scandal pumped the price. It went from $6, and then in less than a year, it went from $6 to $50. And then the other scandal was JP Morgan, 2008 to 2020. Now, when we look at the price, woo, look at that first manipulation of silver right there. That would have been good if you're a holder, but I doubt many people sold at the top. Now, that was the first manipulation. The second manipulation is this period right here, 2008 to 2020, and then it essentially ends as soon as the price was done being suppressed. And if you want proof that silver was suppressed, look at the price of gold. Silver, all-time high, 2011. Well, gold also set in a new all-time high 2011, but then continued to set new all-time highs. Silver still hasn't claimed a new all-time high since that peak in 2011, but now they say they're not manipulating the price with paper silver anymore, but if they were, I'm sure they would just pay a fine and then move on. We wouldn't probably hear much about it anyway. So this is silver, how it's being manipulated. You see how gold just kept on pumping. But back to BlackRock. BlackRock just kind of added to the rumors when they added their own Bitcoin node. And so now they have their own Bitcoin node to validate ETF holdings. But what is a node, and does this mean BlackRock is using paper Bitcoin? Well, actually, it means they can't be fooled by paper Bitcoin. So what is a Bitcoin node? Nodes are the computers that run the Bitcoin software and store all the information on the blockchain to manage the network. Why do you need a node? Well, the reason why is, one, support the network's health. I don't know how much they care about that. Well, they want to support the network's health and security, which is going to be very important for BlackRock. Also, ensure privacy, also important for BlackRock. And if you look at the commercial reasons, it's so they can have the accurate blockchain data. But what does this mean for price, and where the heck did all these rumors come from? Well, there's almost another scandal when you look at where the rumors may have come from. The rumors came from their cbBTC. That is right. They're going to have their own wrapped Bitcoin product, Coinbase Bitcoin. Now, there are other competing wrapped Bitcoin products, which is going to be an important part. Now, earlier, Tron founder Justin Sun, He had issues with the Coinbase wrap Bitcoin because he's saying there's no proof of reserve, it lacked audits, and could allegedly freeze user funds. Now the launch has put him in direct competition with BitGo's wrap Bitcoin product, soon to be managed by Justin Sun's firm. So, Justin Sun, founder of Tron, a top 10 currency, throwing shots at Coinbase probably led to a lot of these rumors. But like I said, what does this mean for price? Well, I want to give you kind of some short-term warnings in the charts that I'm seeing right now, because we got a lot of people, just spreading FUD about paper Bitcoin, Justin Sun, potentially sparking some rumors. Can the markets have a short-term correction, maybe leading into the weekend in a couple days here? Well, like I said, I saw something worrying, and that is the relative strength index is creating a lower high while the price was, creating a newer high right here. I had to go back all the way to the front part of this parallel channel until I saw something similar in the charts. And what happened then was pretty scary, everybody. So we go all the way here, back to March. You can see the relative strength index creating a lower high while the price created a higher high. And folks, that led to a pretty severe dump. We ended up falling about 17% in a short amount of time. That was less than a week. So last time we had this play out in the charts, led to a pretty sharp correction. And if you look where we're at in the charts right now, that percentage actually takes us very, very close to the bottom of the range. You can see, within a Wix distance right there. So if this plays out and it plays out similarly to last time, we might be testing the bottom of this range before we go to full send mode all the way to Valhalla, where Bitcoin starts pumping. So if you're wondering what's going on with the paper Bitcoin, is this going to suppress? Yes, paper products can be used to suppress the price, but I do not think Blackrock or Coinbase is going to try to suppress the price of Bitcoin. With Blackrock running their own node, all these eyes on Coinbase and their wrap products and all the ETF holdings, there's never been more scrutiny on a financial product. So I do not think paper Bitcoin is going to reduce your chances of being able to retire early. I do think Bitcoin is going to be bullish, but watch out for this short-term price prediction where we might have a little bit of a cooling down, just kind of judging the RSI. So that's what I got for paper Bitcoin. Hopefully I'll see you and your paper Bitcoin, or real holdings of Bitcoin, preferably, at the top.